Okay, so we all know that English skills are, super important for your career. But let's be real for a second. When your resume is just one in a stack of 100, how do you actually make an employer believe you have what it takes? It's not enough to just say you're fluent. You got to prove it. And that's where a formal certification can be your secret weapon.
All right, I want you to picture something. Imagine you're a hiring manager. You've got this massive stack of resumes on your desk, all for just one job opening. Everyone looks pretty good on paper, and almost every single one of them has that same line, fluent in English. It just becomes noise, right? A sea of identical claims.
So, in that sea of candidates, how do you stand out? How do you turn that little line on your resume into something that's, well, undeniable proof? The answer, honestly, is simpler than you might think. It really all boils down to one single, powerful word: trust.
And that leads us right into our first big point here, creating a standard of trust. Seriously, try to put yourself in the employer's shoes for a second. Every single person they hire is a bit of a risk, right? They're always looking for the safest bet, some way to tell the difference between a claim and actual proof. A certification? That is the proof.
And this quote, this just nails the whole idea perfectly. When an employer sees fluent on a resume with nothing to back it up, they're thinking, maybe. It's a total gamble for them. But when they see a legitimate certification, that's not a claim anymore. That's a guarantee. And it's backed by an organization they already trust.
So let's really spell this out. Look at these two candidates side by side. On one hand, you've got the person with the certification. To a recruiter, that's just a big green light. The skill is verified, the risk is low, and they look ready to contribute from day one. And on the other hand, just a claim. That's a huge question mark. The skill is unverified, the risk is way higher, and they might need a ton of extra training. It's a no-brainer, really.
At the end of the day, that's what a certificate is. It's an objective benchmark from a third party. It's not just you saying you're good at English. It's a respected, independent authority saying, hey, we've tested this person, and trust us, they meet a high standard. That one little thing instantly lowers the risk for the employer and makes your credibility just skyrocket.
Okay, but this is about so much more than just getting your foot in the door for one single job. This is about unlocking opportunities for your entire career, and that's why you really should start thinking of your English certification as like a passport for global business.
And just look at the numbers. It's not even close. English is by far the dominant language of international business. It's what global teams use, what multinational companies run on. It's the language of collaboration across borders. So having a verified skill in English isn't just a nice little bonus anymore. It's often the price of admission. You need it just to get in the game.
This all boils down to a key idea that employers are really obsessed with right now: global readiness. And it's not just about vocabulary or grammar. It's about showing that you can actually communicate, that you can collaborate with people from all over the world in a fast-paced business setting. And that certificate? It's the loudest, clearest signal you can send that you are absolutely ready for that global stage.
So what does professional communication even mean? What does it actually look like in the real world? This is where we have to go way beyond that fuzzy idea of just being fluent, because what companies really need, what they're looking for, are very specific, very practical skills that actually help the business succeed.
Just think about that word for a second, fluency. It's so vague. Does being fluent mean you can order a coffee when you're on vacation? Sure. Or does it mean you can sit down and negotiate a really complex international business deal? See the difference? For an employer, that ambiguity is a huge problem. They need to know exactly what you can do.
And this right here, this is what the best certification programs actually test for. They focus on the skills that make a real difference every single day at work. We're talking about being able to write a clear, professional email that gets the point across, being able to read a complex report and not miss any of the crucial details, and maybe the biggest one of all, being able to stand up in a meeting and clearly, persuasively explain your ideas. Trust me, these are the skills employers are practically begging for.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. What does it all mean for you? It means that an English certification isn't just some boring line you add to your resume. No way. It's your competitive edge. It's what transforms your language ability from just a claim you make into your single greatest professional asset.
So if you're going to take anything away from this, let it be these 4 points. A certification gives you objective proof. It builds instant trust with employers. It screams that you have global readiness. And it verifies the exact professional communication skills that businesses need to thrive. It's that simple.
So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. I want you to go look at your own resume right now. Ask yourself, is it just making a claim or is it providing real, solid proof? Is your resume speaking the language of opportunity?